Hey everyone, and welcome to my chaotic mess. If you're new here, my name is Melissa. Today we're going to start the jam process. And I say start because we're using frozen berries, so I'm going to dump those in a bowl to start defrosting. Basically, I need to let them completely defrost. I'm trying to decide if I want to put them in the refrigerator to defrost or not, because my refrigerator is a little cold, so I might leave them out at room temperature for like an hour and then put them in the refrigerator. We're obviously not going to get to the jam making / canning today because I really want those to naturally defrost. I don't want to rush it because we got to crush the berries once they get defrosted, like crush them as much as we can, and then we'll put them into our stainless steel pot. Well, we gotta measure it out. Hopefully I have enough pectin. If not, I'll have to run to the store. So I want to measure out all the strawberries and then measure out my pectin to see if I need to go and get more. I bought 2 boxes a while ago, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be enough, but I just would rather be safe than sorry. So anyway, I already got a bowl out. Hopefully it's big enough. If not, I do have a bigger bowl, but this will fit better in my refrigerator, so I'm hoping they will fit in there. I had to go buy a small bag of strawberries. Well, I thought I did, but I switched to a different recipe book, and this one makes less jars per recipe, and so I'm not sure. I don't know what the difference is. The other one was a mixed berry one, but it said you could use just all of one berry if you didn't want to mix. So this one is specifically for strawberry jam. So yeah, anyway, let's get the strawberries in a bowl. I know you see the frost. I've had these strawberries for quite a while, maybe like a year. So there is a little bit of frost on them, and I think that'll be fine because we're gonna be putting so much sugar and stuff in the jam. Obviously next time I make this, I'll either use fresh strawberries. If I can, I need to really look for a farmer's market. I really do. I know we have some in the area, like in Jacksonville in general, but I don't know where they are, and I don't want to go by myself either. So anyway, next time I'll either use fresh strawberries or I will buy the frozen strawberries at the time that I'm going to make it, because these ones I bought like 2 weeks ago and they're starting to get a little frost on them as well. So anyway, we're gonna let these sit here for about an hour, and then I'll put them in the fridge to finish thawing. I'm hoping, let's see, today is Tuesday, so I'm hoping Thursday we'll be making strawberry jam. We'll see. It will definitely get done this week for sure. So if it's not Thursday, it'll be Friday. Definitely not tomorrow, I don't think, but I'll check and see. I might have to put them in a different bowl from all the juices, but we'll see. I'm hoping I don't have to. I have to still dig out my stock pot, which is going to be a chore in itself because it's way in the back. I might go out to the chairs in my office, so I might go get the garage chair so I can like sit down while I do it. That will help because then I'm not bending as much, and yeah. Anyway, so we'll be back when it's time to crush these and start measuring them out. Good morning, guys. It is canning day, and before I get ready for the day, I did brush my hair because when I wake up, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get water in our water bath canner and get that started heating up, because the last time I water bath canned in this, it took over 3 hours to come to a boil. But you know, this one says, I'm pretty sure, just submerge in hot water. Yeah, I need to place the jars into water that's already boiling, so definitely need to get this started now, because I need to have the jars hot of jam into the boiling water. So let's get this started now, because last time, like I said, it took 3 hours and I need another gallon. Anyway, so while that is filling up, I'm also going to come back and stick the jars in, just raised up above the water, to start getting hot to jam, because I plan on putting enough water in there already to have the jars covered once they're submerged. So yeah. Anyway, Stitch is back. Give me one moment. All right, he's back inside now. Anyway, wait, I want to definitely get this started. That should be enough. Let's go ahead. Yeah, that's definitely going to be enough. That, and it will keep the jars warm. Put that there. Just in case I need to add water. If I need to add water later on, I'm going to go and, yeah, let's go ahead and put it on high. Whoops. Sorry. If I need to add more water after it's submerged, I have a kettle over there that I could start boiling water in. That way I'm adding boiling water to hopefully boiling water. Anyway, this is on. I'm gonna go get ready for the day and I will be back. All right, it's actually close, which is shocking because it's not really been that long. I just happened to come out to start getting all this stuff together, and gotta get them balanced. Also, I hope I don't need more jars, because I don't think I have lids for more jars. I guess I could do them in a, I think I have one lid extra. These jars came with lids, so perfecto. Alright, so we're just gonna kind of sit that there. I'm not gonna close it all the way because I don't want there to be any possible breakage. Let's get started on the fun part. I cleaned this yesterday because it's honestly just been sitting in the cupboard for God knows how long. Boy. Alright. Strawberries. I mashed them yesterday to make sure, I mashed some of them yesterday to make sure they were thawed. And I could have technically done this task yesterday. Let me bring y'all in closer. You're way over there. I could have done this like I could have canned all this yesterday because these were ready. But I wasn't. I didn't have the jars cleaned or anything. So next time I want to try making them with fresh berries and see the difference. So anyway, we don't want super chunks in here, but we also don't need it to be completely pureed because it's jam, not jelly. Jam has a little bit more texture to it than jelly. I personally prefer jam over jelly. Especially when it comes to canning, because gosh, could you imagine having to like strain all of this to only have the juice? You know, I looked up the recipe for grape jelly, and you literally just use organic, basically unprocessed grape juice, or I don't know if not unprocessed is not the right word, but basically there's no sugar or anything added to it already. It's literally just the juice from the grape. And I was like, huh. I wonder if that's how you would make pineapple juice too then, because when I do pineapples, I'm going to use the organic pineapple juice. I meant to say pineapple jelly. Oh my god, not juice, pineapple jelly. Anyway, when I make pineapples, I'm going to use organic pineapple juice or unsugared, basically pure pineapple juice. I hate saying the word organic because we all know it means nothing anymore. Anyway. This is going to take a bit of time, so that's another reason I'm trying to keep the lid off of that, because I don't want it to start boiling. This stove must work better than the piece of crap stove they gave us. Or not even the piece of crap stove they gave us, the piece of crap stove I bought off the Facebook Marketplace. Because that's the one that I had last time I canned. This one is a Whirlpool Accurate. Alright. I think that's going to be good, because as we cook this, it'll break down more. So I'm going to start measuring this out. We need 2 2/3 cup per batch. So let me measure. So we're going to do 2 2/3 cup per batch and 3 tablespoons of pectin per batch. So hopefully we have enough pectin. One, 2. Two-thirds. I'm going to do my 2/3. I think we're going to get exactly 2 batches, which means I have too many jars. Yeah. So 2 batches. It's fine. We'll heat them all up. It's fine. Let's scrape this. I need to make sure I don't have to heat this up before we add the pectin. So give me one moment here. Could I have read the full recipe again? Probably. Did I? No. Am I going to? No. Alright. So, no, this doesn't have to be hot. They both have to come to rolling boil. Rolling boil? Rolling boil? Oh my gosh. So let's go ahead and get this turned on. We got my tablespoon here, and we need 6 tablespoons total. So we're going to measure out the first. This just says 1.75 ounces. And this doesn't go by cups, it goes by quarts. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five, 6. We're gonna stir the pectin in. I'm gonna continue to smash 2. 'If I do this again, I am gonna make sure I do it on a day where I am not super tired and super, you know, I think it came out good. I tasted it. I think it tastes good, but I've also noticed a mistake, and I'm not going to say my mistake. I want you to tell me my mistake down in the comments below, and maybe in a future video I will tell you what my mistake was, but I'm not going to tell you what it is in this video because for the most part the jam did set, so I'm pretty happy with it for my first try. It's great to kind of edit these videos back myself in a sense, as much as I hate editing, because I get to see these mistakes firsthand, right? And I get to learn from them in the future. Like I need to like ground myself before I start these. I get really nervous when I make videos like this for some reason, because I think because some people do use these types of videos as you know, like a tutorial, and by no means am I telling anyone to use my my videos as a tutorial, because I am not a professional in any sense of the word, and I just feel like um yeah, I'm learning. This is a learning process for me, and I am just kind of enjoying the ride in a sense. But it's great. It is great to watch back on these things. Also, as we're sitting here talking, I am looking at microphones for the desktop, because if you don't know, my desktop microphone broke a long time ago. Like, not a long time ago, probably. It broke in the move. It doesn't work. It stopped working, so I threw it away. And so I have been doing voiceovers through my webcam microphone, and it is so loud, and to me it sounds echoey. You could tell me if it sounds echoey to you, but to me it sounds echoey. But I am looking at different microphones, and I'm thinking I would like to get a boom, like a boom microphone, like one that's on a like a rotating arm, because I don't need it all the time. Like I don't need it when I'm just browsing on the computer or something like that. I only need it when I need to voice over. So there's one, but it's the same brand as the last microphone I had that broke during our move. And I am debating on whether I want to get it, because it didn't even work that great when we had it. Anyway, maybe more voiceovers later, I don't know. Okay, I went ahead and added the sugar and got it stirred down. So now we're waiting it to come back up to a boil, a rolling boil, and then we're going to start a 1 minute timer and let it boil for 1 minute, stirring constantly. Then we're going to remove it from the heat, which I already set up a spot over there. So what I'm going to do is get you guys set up for canning position. Okay, I'll probably bring you closer once I move the strawberry jelly and stuff. Jam. Once I move the jam over, I will probably move you guys closer. But because I need to remove this from heat, I said, you know what? We'll make it closest to the canning jar. Originally I was going to set up over here because I didn't realize you need to remove this from the heat. So I got my funnel, my lids, my rings, everything's, vinegar's already over here. Everything's over here. This is pretty much boiling now, so this is ready to go. Basically, once I submerge it, we let it come back up to a boil, and then we start a 10-minute timer. Because of my altitude, we're only at the basic of 10 minutes. So we're waiting on this to come back up to a boil now. Anyway, we will probably have to dump some of these jars out. They got a lot of condensation in them, which is fine. Really, it's fine. I'll put it in the sugar bowl. I'll dump the condensation in the sugar bowl, and that should be fine. There. Anyway, we're gonna let this all come to a boil, and we'll be back. All right, so we're about to jar these, and we're gonna skim first because it said to. ChatGPT said it won't affect anything safety-wise, but it could cause air bubbles in the canning process. So we're gonna get as much of the foam off as possible. All right, I think the rest would be fine. Oh, I need this for condensation. All right. All right, let's do this. I think we gotta be somewhat fast, so not the job for me. Get a couple out at a time. I could have sworn I seen condensation in some of these, but maybe not. Ooh, jars are hot though. We're gonna fill it to, it has 1/4 inch head space. Not that overfilled it. Oh my Lord. Why do I do this to myself? Actually, that might be fine. Yeah, that's actually fine. Never mind. Oh. Crud. Hold on. We need to zhuzh for air bubbles. I'm just not prepared, guys. I said I was prepared. I lied. I lied. Not prepared. This is making me sweat. Oh, shoot. See what I mean? You need to clean the rim. Now I gotta clean that off too. You know what it is? It's because I'm filming it. I think we're gonna have to do 1 jar at a time. I'm not very good at this. And hopefully it doesn't set up before I get it jarred. Not enough room. Need a bigger kitchen. forgot to check it for air bubbles. Whatever. This is really getting to me. I'm stressing out. Stressing out. I think the reason I'm stressing out is I'm doing them one at a time. That one jar sat for a while and it was still hot, so. Tastes good. Yeah. This was so stressful, and I know I said it was probably because I was recording, but honestly, I think I was stressed out because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is all new to me. Canning, preserving. I talk about it in a future video that you'll see eventually about why I am so adamant about learning to process my own food and stuff like that. It just, I know everyone says it's like my generation that is now becoming obsessed with this sort of stuff, but I look at it differently, I guess, because like, yes, I would love to own land and farm, like not having like a full-fledged farm, if you know, like some of these people in my generation have a full-fledged Ronald McDonald EIEIO farm. I don't necessarily want that. While it would be awesome if I could have a farm and manage to have all those types of animals, I know realistically that I would be happy with like an acre and a half of land just to have enough room for a nice garden and some chickens and goats, because I think that would help. Well, maybe I'm still debating on the goats because I'm worried they'll get into my garden somehow. But also, if I have goats, I don't necessarily know if I could then free range my chickens. So there's that. But anyway, yeah, this was just a little bit stressful, and I already decided next time I do jam, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. And I don't know if I talk about it later in the video, but I think next time I'm going to buy the pectin packets and just follow their canning recipe instead of the one in the ball cookbook. But I also realized where I made my mistake in this. Now, I personally like it. Justin said it needed more sugar, that he thought it needed more sugar, but he loves super sweet things. Me, I thought it was actually perfect for how it turned out, but I also did make a mistake, and again, I'm not going to tell you what that mistake was. So anyway, I had enough. I think I talked about it. I had enough to put in the fridge for us to eat straight away. Well, I have had some. It's so good. I love it. It's delicious on just some biscuits with butter. Yum. All right, one of them I know is ruined and probably won't set, and that's fine. I forgot to dump the condensation out of that one jar that had the condensation in it. Guys, I'm the worst canner ever. Anyway, I'm waiting for this to come up to a boil. Somehow I made 2 batches worth. Y'all saw me measure. And we got 12 jars, or 12 pint jars, or half pint jars, plus almost a full pint jar. That's just gonna go in the refrigerator once it cools off. How on earth did I get that much? Did the good Lord decide, hey, she deserves more and give me more, or what? I'm so confused. Anyway, once this comes to a boil, I'll start the timer. It's not there yet. So anyway, until then, until we take these out, yeah. All right, it's been 10 minutes. I went ahead and pulled them up, turned that off, and I'm gonna let them sit here for a minute before I actually take them out. They're already popping. That makes me feel so happy. This one I am worried about because it's tilted. I hope it wasn't tilted that whole time. There we go. Actually, it's one of them that's already popped, so. I'll see if I can do a close-up and show you guys. Okay, so, oh, it just popped right in front of us, that one that had the bubble. Let me see. See, this one here's kind of got a bubble on it. That means it hasn't popped yet. It hasn't technically sealed yet, I guess. And I think all the other ones have. Just these two here we're waiting for. So you can see those ones don't really have. Well, hold on. There we go. So see, you can kind of see the bubble there, and the one next to it does not have that bubble. We're basically waiting for that. Those might be duds. Those might just be going in the fridge. Something popped. Both of those, no, both of those still look like. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're just gonna let them cool here for a little bit. I'll take them out, put them on here, and then we'll check them tomorrow. All right, it's the next day. I'm trying out this. Don't know how I like it. When I had long hair, I loved these things, but of course I wore them when I had a ponytail. I don't know how I feel about it. It's fine. It is what it is. Anyway. I need to wash my hair. That's why I'm trying to do something with it. Normally, when I need to wash my hair, put it up in a ponytail, but I can't do that when it's short. Let's check these jars. One of these might be this one. I'm gonna label strawberry syrup because it's the one that had condensation. I'm pretty sure it's this one. I'm gonna set this one to the side because I'm pretty sure it's that one. Yeah, this is much thicker. Okay. You can definitely tell I didn't get all of the scum off, the foam off, because there's some cloudiness on some of them. Oh, this one's set up. This one's completely solidified. Do you see that? That is a proper jam. These still have some give in it, but like it's solidified enough that it's not syrup. This one's almost like this one, but this one, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, this one's the same way. So that's a good sign, right? So far, so good. That's definitely the one I'm gonna label syrup. It's been definitely the runniest of them all. I still have to clean all these. but I want to see if any family members want some jam, and if so, I will set some aside from them, and they won't get the sloppy labeling. They'll get good labeling. These are so sticky, which is expected. Oh my God. We had perfection, guys. We had all 12 jars seal. That's so amazing. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands, message family members, and then we'll get these cleaned up. All right, I'm gonna clean them with water this time because they're very sticky. So hot water. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, I started labeling jars, and then I remembered, you know what? I never came back and did this. 2 family members for sure asked for jam, so I got those labeled up, but I've decided I'm going to go ahead and label 3 more jars and take them with me, because most likely once I get there, people will be like, oh, I wanted one too, and I'll then, what am I going to do? Be rude? I mean, I could be rude and be like, well, you didn't say it. I put it in family chat. You didn't say it. But I'm just going to go ahead and label the other 3 as like this, like it's a gift. I'm going to put the date on this still too. It's just going to have to be very small, and it takes a little bit for me to do very small with my arthritis. So, so those 3 are going to get labeled with those stickers, and then I'm going to label these 6 jars. Well, I've already started. I did 2, so I have 4 more to go. I'm going to label them normal and get these put in the pantry. Get these, I don't know where I'm putting them yet. I am ordering some hard-sided tote bags, you know, like for groceries basically, and then I'm going to take an Amazon box and kind of cut it and make a little grid that will hold them tightly, because I have these, and then I have a vanilla for every family, so I think there's 4 vanillas that I still have to seal. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, plus I'm going to have 7 pints, probably 7 pints, because it says about 7 pints of bread and butter pickles for my dad. I don't like them, so he gets all 7. I don't know if anyone else in my family likes bread and butter pickles, but my dad does, and I'm making them for him because he requested them, so I have to have room for those jars as well. So it's going to be a very custom made storage tote with the Amazon box. Anyway, so that's label these, and then I'm gonna go sit down because I'm tired. Like, I just ran, I know this is not about the canning thing, but let's take a minute. I just ran to Tractor Supply hoping they had green bean seeds. They did, luckily, so I didn't have to go to Home Depot, which would have been probably about 10 more minutes with traffic and stoplights up the road. It's not that it's that far up the road. We have a lot of stoplights and traffic anyway, because I don't think I had enough. So I kind of like guesstimated how many seeds were in the 2 that I had, and then Tractor Supply had a really big thing of green beans for sale. It was clearanced right now. which I don't understand, because you would think they would have their growing seasons for this part of the state. I printed it off of a university's website that specifically studies the growing patterns in this state, and green beans are supposed to be started around now from seed. So you can do them now, September or October, from seed. After that, it's seedlings. So not seedlings, starters. So it just goes to prove that even like the farm stores, like the big chain farm stores, just go by national, like the majority of our nation's growing zones, which are 8, I believe zone 8 and a little bit of 7. I'm pretty sure is the United States. I'd have to look at a map to be for sure, but I know 8 takes up a majority of America. Zone 8 does, which is weird, because if you think about it this way, zone 8, I mean, they might break it off when they get to the West Coast, because you know, if they did just all the way across, Arizona is a lot different weather than Georgia if they're in the same zone. Do you see what I mean? So anyway, that's not about canning. I'm just saying I had to go and get seeds. They were clearanced out for some weird reason, and I think that stores should just go by the growing of the zone they're in, is all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get these labeled. Okay, so while I was sitting there writing on those, I've come up with my solution for them. I'm gonna get a string and attach one of these with it, because you're not supposed to store them with the rings on, because it could create a false seal. So I'll tie that to them and let them know that once they open it, they can use this to keep it closed, but until they open it, to leave that ring off, because it could cause a false seal. It wouldn't really be a false seal at that point, because they are sealed. It could cause it to become unsealed. Like, you might, not it, but like just the pressure. That's what I'm really afraid of, is the pressure from here to there, because I sealed it with the pressure down here. Does that make sense? So they might, I thought that was popping. They might come unsealed on the way up there. I might travel with them with the ring on just slightly, just in case. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I know I need to take rings with me for sure, so that they have a ring to close the jam up with. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what would you can, if you could can. The next video will be bread and butter pickles, as you can see right here. And I think after that, we're gonna probably do baked beans. It's either gonna be baked beans or pineapple. I haven't decided yet. It's gonna matter. it's going to matter. It's going to matter. It's going to depend on, one, the cost of pineapples, and two, if I have time. Because if I do pineapples, I want to do enough for me and my mother-in-law, so I would want to do it closer to time that I'm going up to Indiana so I can take her some pineapple too. Anyway, that's it guys. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.